Thank you for staying with us on the news at 10. The federal government is set to launch a media campaign to drum up support for the troops fighting insurgency in northeast Nigeria. The Minister of Information and Culture, who stated this at a news conference in Abuja, also accused the opposition and some media houses of taking actions that endanger the military. Our correspondent Kayla Megwa reports.
Several issues have been making waves, especially on social media. And this meeting is the Minister of Information and Culture's attempt at stopping what he calls misinformation. First is the military siege on Daily Trust newspaper offices in Abuja and Borno State, where he says the issue will be resolved via dialogue.
The activities of a section of the media and some opposition political parties are demoralizing the military and strengthening the insurgents.
He then addressed the recently leaked tapes, which allegedly contain a conversation with the Minister of Transport, speaking in unfavorable terms about President Buhari, and the accusation by the People's Democratic Party that the appointment of Amina Zakari as the head of Committee on Election Collation Center constitutes a conflict of interest, as they believe she is related to President Buhari.
The PDP has very conveniently forgotten that she was appointed a commissioner in their own time. If she was good enough under Jonathan to be appointed a commissioner, what has changed now? Whoever wants to circulate any audio or video clip should please do so in its entirety so that people can understand the context.
On the launch of Operation Python Dance in the run-up to the elections, the minister said the operation had been in progress for a long time and is designed to arrest criminal elements who may attempt to disrupt the elections. And as such, non-criminal elements have nothing to fear. Then it was time to address the alleged extension of the tenure of the Inspector General of Police, which is to expire in January of 2019. To this, the minister stated that it is exclusively the prerogative of the president.
That prerogative cannot be taken away from the president on the altar of paranoid by some people. President Obasanjo, in his time, extended the tenure of Mr. Sunday Ayindero as IGP. Was there an opposition party there?
Now, he did state categorically in this meeting that in the next few days they will be unfolding a massive media campaign to garner support for the military as they combat insurgency in northeastern Nigeria. As regards the rumors that the media is being gagged, he says there is no plan to gag the media, but did call on traditional media to exercise some form of restraint in their reportage. That way they do not play into the hands of the insurgents by demoralizing the troops. Kayla Megwa, Channels Television News.
Thank you, Kela. And from Rivers State, the governor there, NEXIM, is asking security agencies in the country to be more professional, especially as the 2019 elections draw near. Governor Wike believes the police and the army have their choices to make by refusing to be used by politicians in the elections, describing actions of some security heads as unfortunate. He was speaking when he played host to the new Rivers State Commissioner of Police in Port Harcourt, the state capital.
I will not send you to go and do anything because of politics. I will not. What I want you to do to help us fight crime, fight cultism, fight kidnapping, and fight armed robbers. Leave politicians to play their politics alone. Don't be used. When you are used, one day they will abandon you.
Well, that's all from Abuja. We'll take you right back to Lagos, where Millicent is standing by.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Well, hundreds of youths from oil-producing communities in Delta State have staged a peaceful protest at the premises of the subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, asking it to rescind its alleged plans to relocate its headquarters from Warri. The protesters also handed a 7-day warning to the Nigerian gas company, or they take major action capable of crippling NNPC's operations in the area. But the management of the Nigerian gas company, they have denied the allegation, describing it as a mere rumor.
Youths from Urobo, Ijo, Ishakiri, Isoko and Ndokwa ethnic groups of Delta State trooped to the streets of Warri, protesting the alleged relocation of the Nigerian Gas Company, a subsidiary of the NNPC. From the streets, they marched to the gate of the company. One after another, the representatives of each tribe voiced out their displeasure.
Niger Delta region is the oil capital of Nigeria. Yes. But all the companies have their headquarters either in Abuja or in Lagos, with a resultant economic implication for the Delta State and other states of the Niger Delta region. This is the beginning of a 7 days warning action. The attitude of the management of Nigeria Gas to this protest today will determine how long we are going to remain here.
Few hours later, the State Commissioner for Oil and Gas arrives at the scene to douse the tension before going into a meeting with the management of the company over the matter. After almost 2 hours of closed-door meeting, representatives of the state government and the Nigerian Gas Company addressed the protesters.
All parties agreed to endorse the communique, and that is the position of the state as I'm here. We don't want, because we have been trying to see that everything must be put in place for peace and to enable the companies and to operate so that the federal and the state government can have their revenue for developmental care.
We are Nigerians, we are not doing this to damage the economy of this state. Even when others left, we've been here since how many years, now almost 30 years. We didn't go anywhere. Even when others were living problems and that, we never left this place for 1 day. And we are not in a hurry to leave this place. So please, all those information we are having, they are not correct.
For many years, there have been agitations that all international oil companies should have their headquarters in the states where they operate in order to boost the economy of the host communities. The Nigerian Gas Company is one of the few organizations with their headquarters in Delta State. With the assurance coming from both the state government and the management of the company, perhaps all tensions surrounding the allegation may have been laid to rest.
News just in has it that a day after he was suspended for anti-party activities, the Deputy National Chairman North of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Senator Babayo Gamawa, has defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. Senator Gamawa today visited President Muhammad Buhari at the State House to pledge his allegiance. The Bauchi State Governor Mohammed Abubakar led the senator to the State House. Senator Gamawa, who until now is the second highest ranking member of the People's Democratic Party National Working Committee, spoke on the reasons for his decision.
Just one allegation without fair hearing, they said they have suspended me from my office. And I want to call on them to check their secretariat. And they should be, on business line. If they're in politics, they should know what is happening on daily basis at the secretariat. What comes in, what goes out. They should check their mails and know the position of Senator Babayo Gamawa before their action of today, undemocratic, unconstitutional. As a legislator who served at the state level and served at the national level as a distinguished senator of the Federal Republic, I know my right and I know what the Constitution of the Federal Republic provides on fair hearing. They did wrong, though I have no regret, and I do believe they will regret their action, inshallah. Conscience has been telling me that place is not the best for me. I believe in President Muhammad Buhari. I believe in what he has been doing for this country right from his military era up till to date. So I want to be part of the developmental, effort.
Well, let's switch over to some business news. Here's Imana Amawe.
You First. First Bank.
Hello and welcome to Business News. The Nigerian Export-Import Bank has commenced a two-day Exporter Enlightenment Forum in Katsina State, northwest Nigeria. The forum seeks to promote non-oil exports development in Nigeria through capacity building and market information among stakeholders in the export value chain. Meanwhile, NEXIM Bank has over the last 2 years taken steps to address the critical challenges of boosting funding intervention to the non-oil export sector.
It's a two-day Exporter Enlightenment Forum meant for the potential exporters and local entrepreneurs taking place at the Katsina Local Government Service Commission in Katsina State, the northwest Nigeria. This particular forum provides participants with opportunity to discuss on how Katsina State in particular and the entire northwest region can optimize its economic potentials.
This initiative will increase the volume and array of exportable commodities from Nigeria. In addition, it will enhance the contribution of value-added products in our export basket, thereby enticing and increasing the benefits of production through job creation and increased export earnings.
The Managing Director of the NEXIM Bank, Mr. Bello Abba, and the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, Diko Rada, signed a Memorandum of Understanding.
Thank you so much.
The essence is, according to the Director General of SMEDAN, to promote non-oil business and create a synergy between the two agencies.
The purpose of the MOU is to create a synergy between the two agencies. SMEDAN being the agency in charge of small and medium enterprises in the country, which is saddled with the responsibility of facilitating the growth and development of small and medium entrepreneurs in Nigeria. NEXIM Bank, a bank that was created in order to support the exporters that have the intention of exporting their own product outside Nigeria.
The two-day Exporter Enlightenment Forum under the theme Actualizing the Produce, Add Value and Export with a focus on the Northwest Zone was a two-day event where participants believe that the President Buhari's administration focus is on track for more non-oil sector diversification, especially in the area of agriculture. Boasting Nomofaye, Channels Business News.
Let's move over to the Nigerian equities market. The bears maintained dominance for a fifth trading day in the new year, following a massive drop from major components of the banking and consumer goods counters. Edidiong Iwang tells us more.
Hello and welcome to Stock Market Report. Now, bearish sentiment continues for a second day at the equities as another round of profit-taking hit key components across all sectors except the industrial goods sector. Now, the all-share index fell deeper by 1.20%, almost below the 30,000 level. The banking sector took a major hit and was down 3.57%, and the insurance and oil and gas sectors followed closely. In over 4,500 transactions, investors traded 216.24 million units of shares worth 2.669 billion naira, while Zenith Bank, FBNH, and Transco were the three most actively traded equities. Now that's it on Stock Market Report. I'm Edidiong Iwang.
Thank you, Edidiong. Meanwhile, major stock markets across the globe ended Tuesday's session mostly positive as investors anticipate a positive outcome from the second day of trade negotiations between the United States and China. And that's it on Business News tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Imana Amawe. Millicent.
You First. First Bank.
Thank you. Thank you, Emana. Well, still ahead on the news at 10, it's happy times for Egypt striker Mohamed Salah as he wins African Footballer of the Year award for the second time. That's some sports news. Please stay with us.